Welcome back to the next video. In today's video I will show you how to connect your node.js or backend application to AWS redshift database cluster. So yeah, let's get started. So first, here you can see I have created inside my package.json I have included two dependency. One is express, second is client redshift data. So if you don't require express, like you can use any web framework of your choice. Next, like I have tried connecting using a SQLize as well as Postgres database dependency from npm, but was having a hard time connecting it to redshift. That's why I'm using this AWS SDK client redshift data. Now be careful, like there is another dependency called AWS SDK client redshift that is used for managing clusters, and client redshift data is used for querying data from our redshift database. So use client redshift data. Also there is one more dependency called node redshift, but that is extremely old and has a lot of vulnerabilities. That's why I'm not using it. And yeah, let's get started. So here you can see I've created an express. I'm importing the express. Then we have to add these 4 imports for our client from our AWS client redshift data. So like querying data from redshift is honestly a little confusing and challenging as well. Like it is not straightforward, but in this example I will show you how to use a select statement. That way you can fire any command. Okay, so first here normal express.js setup, just use I have initializing express, then using URL encoding, then using JSON, then this is for CORS handling. We will come back to this part later. And here I am using just not found in case any route is not found, and here this normal error messages, and here I am starting our express.js server. Now once we come to this get route, first you have to initialize your redshift data client. Then you have to use this execute statement command. So here you have to first pass your cluster identifier. You can get this from AWS console once you go to your redshift cluster. So here you can find that cluster identifier. Then you have to enter your database name, then your DB username, and here you can fire any SQL command which you want to. Okay, so here what I'm doing is that I'm just doing a select star from my table name and I'm just limiting it to 2 rows only. Okay, so make sure you change these values according to whatever you have, and this also table name. Then we have to send this execute command using AWS redshift client. Now even though we are using async await, you don't immediately get the data, so you have to use polling for this. If there is a better way, do let me know in the comments. I couldn't find a better way for this. So what I'm doing is that we have to use this describe statement command, and whatever ID we get from this execute statement result, we pass it over here and we continuously check. Then we send this describe status command as well, and we continuously check whether the status has finished. If it is not equal to finish, and if it is not equal to failed, then again we are firing this a promise, like we are checking it again and again for 1 second. So kind of like a polling itself. Okay, so here you can see I'm using that particular while loop, but if it has finished, then everything is fine. So here you can see I'm calling this await poll statement status, and once it has finished querying our data, then what I'm doing is we have to use this get statement result command, and we have to pass the ID which we had gotten from execute statement command. And from that we have to again send it to we have to use redshift client again to send it back. And once we send it, we get the column metadata. So column metadata usually contains the row of your names, like the table names like ID, username, password, only those, not the exact values. So exact values, for getting that exact values, first I have created an array. Then you have to check if there are any records or not. If yes, then I'm looping over those records, and from those records you will get the actual name. So the actual name can be string value, double value, long value, boolean value. If there are more data types in your database, you can add those over here as well. And here you can see that because I want the if you don't do this and directly print those raw data value, those would be extremely, like, they won't be in a proper format. I want it in a proper format, that's why I'm using this column metadata as well. And then I'm just pushing it to our array, and here you can see I'm just sending it to the user. So if I just go to localhost colon 3000, here you can see I'm properly getting my particular array with proper row name as well as those particular row values. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.